And now, Suspense. Your host is Autolite, world's largest independent manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment, maker of a complete line of ignition-engineered spark plugs, including standard-type spark plugs and resistor-type spark plugs, and the dependable Autolite Stay-Full batteries. Autolite makes over 400 products for cars, trucks, tractors, airplanes, and boats in 28 plants from coast to coast. Among them are horns, electric windshield wipers, relays, ignition coils, and batteries. Then there's spark plug wire, battery cable, starting motors, distributors, generators, instruments and gauges, and a complete line of ignition-engineered Autolite spark plugs. In addition, there are bullseye seal beam headlights, fuel pumps, bumpers, and hubcaps. So remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now, Autolite and its 96,000 dealers everywhere present Suspense.
Morning, Wallace. Good morning, Mr. Martin. Here's the $10,000. I hear you're taking a day off. Sure am. First time in 10 years. Well, take it easy. Morning, darling.
Morning.
If that Hungarian woman calls, tell her she can have the money on her policy tonight. Boys get off to school all right?
Yes, I got Emma for tonight, so we can go out.
Any messages?
The rich widow called, wants to buy some annuities. Shall I just leave everything?
You know what I think I might do? Take one little snifter of a snort just to start the celebration off. Does that sound terrible at this hour? I'll tell you what. I want to pick up the mail at the office, so why don't I go along?
Good.
Then I can meet you somewhere.
Bye.
Okay, when?
1 o'clock, Museum of Modern Art. That place on the roof.
Okay, then we'll have lunch. Then we'll go buy you a silly hat for $35. Sound all right?
Wonderful.
Yes? What have you been trying?
You, Mr. Martin?
Sorry, not open today.
I'm Joyce Anderson. Didn't your wife tell you I've been calling?
Eh? Office is closed.
I'm the widow that wants the annuities.
Widow?
Mrs. Anderson.
Closed is the office, Widow Anderson.
Mr. Martin, don't you like money?
No, I've just finished the 10-year plan. I'm taking a day off.
Well, I must say you have a most refreshing way of doing business.
I wasn't really drinking champagne. I was drinking brandy. I was using the champagne for chaser.
Oh, well, I'll just leave you my card in case.
In case what?
In case you sober up and want to sell me $500,000 in annuities.
500,000?
I'll be home at 1. See you then.
Oh, no. At 1 o'clock I shall be rushing into the arms of my beautiful wife who has Very browny brown eyes and whose skin gets dusky at nightfall.
You're really adorable.
Yes, and she loves me just as much as I love her.
Mr. Applegate, please. Mrs. Martin. Hello, Ross? You haven't seen my man anywhere, have you? Oh, he called you when? I see. So he called you to find out how much she was worth. How much is she? $6 million. No, but it isn't like him. I'm afraid something's wrong. Yes, but even if he had a few drinks, he'd let me know.
Boy, if I tie one on. It's been 10 years since I've been on a bender like this. Hello, Widow. When I got married, I cut it out. I had to. I'm the kind that can't take it. No, sir, Widow, I get mean.
Oh, Harry, you wouldn't get mean with me, now would you?
No. Now that's all over. Now I'm just a happy married man with a wife and 2 sons. Or here's mud all over you.
Want a Roomba? I learned this in Trinidad.
Hey, what are you doing with a hammer in this high-class joint?
I was fixing a mirror just before you came.
Is it silver?
Yes, I was fixing the mirror.
The meeting will now come to order. Widows and orphans, we will now discuss annuities.
So cute. I just love big, strong men who pound on my mahogany piano.
What do you say we get down to business?
You know the facts and figures. I was waiting for you.
Sure. Only, I'm so groggy. Head.
What's the matter? You take it like a statue. Hey, you look as though you want to kill me. Okay, you want to do business? We'll do business. Get out your tables, Harry. Make a killing. That's what you want, isn't it? Don't you want to make a quick buck for your wife and kids, huh, Harry?
What? That's blood. Look at that. There's blood.
So what? Go home, you drunk kick. I'm bored. You'll laugh with it. You're...
I'll beat your brains out.
Car 60, go to 1016 Fifth Avenue. Superintendent reports Newman murdered with a hammer. Car 72, go to 25 Vanderbilt Avenue. Knifing on the 3rd floor. Car 12.
Now, the second act of Edge of Panic, starring Louisa Horton.
Hello, Harry? Oh, it's you. Hello, Ross. Harry still isn't here yet. Really, I'm half out of my mind. I called the police, but they won't do anything. What's one missing person in 10 million? Oh, here he is. Here he is, Ross. Goodbye. Harry! Don't worry, darling. I don't mind if you're drunk just as long as you're safe. Come on, I'll fix you some coffee.
No good.
What's no good?
This time I've done it. I've really done it.
What? What, Harry?
I killed that woman. I killed her with a hammer. Look, my carpet's all bloody.
Harry.
I blacked out when I came to. There she was lying on the floor with her face bashed in. Me with a bloody hammer.
Harry, I don't believe you. Harry, you're crazy.
I must be crazy.
I know you. You couldn't have done it.
The police will be here. I left my briefcase. I left red fingerprints all over the white sofa. All I have to do is call a prowl car. I'm going to take this money. I'm going to take this $10,000 and get on a boat.
Darling, come on. I'll give you some coffee. You just stay right here and I'll give you... Who is it?
Police.
Who?
Police.
Oh, just a minute. I'll get dressed. Harry?
Kiss the kids for me. I'll be right back. I'm going out the fire escape.
But darling, can't you tell me anything?
No.
Open up.
Oh, can't you give me a second to get decent?
Open up.
All right, I'm coming.
Is your husband in?
No, he isn't. What do you want him for?
Murder lady. He just killed the blonde with a hammer. What's the matter? Don't you believe me? You will when we get you to the station.
Oh, what about my children?
Steve here will stay with them.
What about this dressing gown? Do I have to go like this?
Yes, lady. Just like that. Only faster.
Where is he? Where's he hiding out?
I tell you, I don't know.
You do know. Listen, sister, will you stop being cute? Nothing can hurt him anymore. Believe me, he's hurt all the way to the chair.
Let me go to that apartment. The woman's apartment.
Husband crazy, wife crazy.
Just let me go there and look.
Oh, checking up on my work, eh? Don't think I'm thorough, huh?
You could miss something.
Look, lady, we've been over every square inch of that place with microscopes, telescopes, and kaleidoscopes.
You still could miss something.
I wish we had, sister. Get her out, Joe.
Now, look, Captain, let me go there. Please let me go there. I know you think you've got everything solved. You want to sew it up quick and give it to the newspapers. But don't you see that will ruin my husband's life? And he's innocent. I know he's absolutely... Please, I beg of you, just let me go to that apartment and have a look. Will you?
Look, she wants to join the force. Okay, she's in. Take her to the apartment, then kick her off the payroll.
Thank you.
Yeah. I could tell the captain liked you. Right from the beginning. Yeah, the way you were scrapping. The reason the captain is so positive is because the detective found a diary here on his table.
He did?
It seems like this dame has been writing to her boyfriend, Harry, for the past 6 months about how he would get away every minute he could to come over to her. And
Yes?
about how he had a wife and a couple of kids. And she felt guilty. Ah, that's nothing, just cough medicine. We had it analyzed. Dame had a cold. We checked on the doctor that prescribed this.
Mrs. J. Anderson, teaspoon 3 times daily. Dr. E.H. Earl.
Hey!
Now, I'm going to see the doctor.
Oh, what good would that do?
I'll have to start somewhere. At least he knew her.
Suits me. But remember, the doctor doesn't know anything about the murder, so don't let on. Play dumb.
I'll think of something.
Caught him yet? Not yet.
Who's she?
Oh, this is Mr. Anderson, the brother of the woman that was...
She a detective?
No, she's the wife of Harry Martin.
Oh.
Mr. Anderson, may I ask you a few questions about your sister?
Don't you think it might make more sense if I asked you about your husband? For that matter, what are you doing snooping around here in this apartment? Do you mind going?
I think I'm under police custody.
Oh, no, sir. From now on, you're on your own. Absolutely free.
Yes?
Dr. Earl?
May I help you?
I think maybe you can.
Oh, what can I do?
I'm a friend of Joyce Anderson.
Oh. Is something wrong?
Well, I'm very worried about her. She hasn't been at all well. She absolutely refuses to call you.
Well, she's just temperamental, that's all.
She's been taking this medicine. I was wondering, could the druggist have made a mistake or something?
No, of course not. That's just cough medicine, that's all. I know because she called me the other night in a tizzy. 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm the soft-hearted type, so I took it back myself.
Harry, can't you come?
Yes, of course.
It's your game and you're spoiling the... It's your bid and you're spoiling the game.
May I ask you a frank question? Do you know of anyone who might want to harm Joyce?
May I ask you what? Who in the world are you anyway, and why are you trying to cook up a poison plot?
No, believe me, it isn't anything like that. Well, never mind. Good night. Oh, Ross, Harry hasn't called you, has he? He told you to tell me he was sailing. I see. No, I've just been running around getting nowhere. I saw her doctor. Say, why would a doctor deliver cough medicine at 3 o'clock in the morning? I can't make anything out. No, I'm going home now. No, never mind. Harry may call you again. All right. Good night, Ross.
Want your children to live? Then keep your nose out of this.
Look at this. Doesn't that look like a frame-up?
You better get this over to the captain right away. See, we get this call to come over to Pier 54. Ship was sailing at midnight, and some guy went berserk. Starts chasing after a dame. So, this is what we get.
Is this yours, Mr. Martin?
Yes, it is.
Were you at Joyce Anderson's apartment this afternoon?
Yes, I was.
Yeah?
Mrs. Martin to see you.
I don't want to see her.
Harry!
Don't worry, darling. I couldn't have killed her because I saw her. She was coming up the gangplank. I guess she was trying to skip the country, too. Because there I was leaning on the rail, and she was coming up.
Harry, what?
I saw her, and she saw me, and she ran, and I chased her through the crowd, but they grabbed me, and she got
Plenty of
away.
time, Mr. Martin, to talk later on.
Who was it that you saw, Harry?
You know, I think that husband of yours needs a little visit to Bellevue, if you know what I mean. Yeah?
The reporters are waiting.
Tell him to wait a minute, and they can have a story.
Captain, don't give him the story yet. Give me 1 more hour.
But what can you do? We've got the briefcase. We've got his own admission that he was there. What can you do with that?
Look at this. Doesn't this look like a frame-up?
It sure does. Something you framed all by yourself.
But I didn't.
No, of course you didn't. But we have a diary with his name on every page. Would you like to wait outside, Mrs.
How do you know
Martin?
it's his name? Maybe it's some other Harry. Maybe it's the doctor.
Yeah, outside,
Look,
please.
Why don't you call Dr. Earl? Harrington. Harrington. Maybe he's the Harry.
Sure, maybe he is. So now you've solved everything. I tell the reporters how much you helped. Yeah?
Captain, do you want to see Joyce Anderson's brother anymore?
No.
What about the girlfriend? We picked her up, too.
Hold them till I talk to the reporters.
Hello, Harry. Harry, this is Joyce. Sweetie. Hello, Harry. Harry, sweetie, this is Joyce.
Joyce? Well, it doesn't sound like you. But how's your cold? Oh, that's good. Look, Joyce, you mustn't call here so late like this.
But I'm so lonely. I get tired of writing in my diary how much I love you, Harry. Come and see me, please. Well, tell her you have to make a call. Meet me now by the pool by the plaza. Harry? Sweetie? Yes? Yes.
Well, you've seen the diary. Obviously a crime of passion. Harry Martin, married, insurance broker, bashes in the woman's head with a hammer. Proved without a doubt, due to the speedy efforts of the police department.
It isn't true. The diary isn't true. Not a word.
Get her
Wait
out
a
of
minute, Chief. The lady's got a point.
The Harry in the diary is not my husband, Captain. It's Dr. E. H. Earl, 1016 Central Park West. Pick up the phone. Call him.
That's right, Captain. I heard him. He admitted it to her.
Well,
Working a little too fast, weren't you, Chief?
Mrs. Martin, if your husband isn't guilty, then who is?
I don't know. That isn't for me to say. But I certainly would check the doctor.
we have. He's in the clear.
What about the brother? He stands to get the $6 million.
The brother was in Washington all day. He flew back this evening. We checked that 10 times over.
How about the girlfriend? Have you checked her?
Look, I appreciate your helping me to try to run the police department. But the time has come for you to shut your trap and get out.
Call the girl. I dare you to.
That's enough out of you.
What about it, Chief? The lady has an idea.
Yeah, the working press is inclined to think the lady has an idea.
It'd be nice to see this girlfriend.
It's only fair to the lady.
Send in Jean Mulligan. Come in, Miss Mulligan. How long have you known Joyce Anderson?
Since I met her brother.
You know she's been murdered.
Yes, her brother told me. Said he came back from Washington.
Where were you while he was in Washington?
Where was I?
She's in the clear, Chief. She slept all morning, spent the afternoon in the beauty parlor.
That's all, Miss Mulligan.
You mean I'm freed? I can go now.
That's right.
I'd be glad to answer any questions. Or wait for pictures for the photographer.
Cheesecake?
Why not?
Okay, let's do it outside.
Why do you believe her? Why won't you believe my husband?
Sure. A psycho will say anything.
He isn't a psycho, and if he says he saw the woman on the pier, who are you to say that he didn't?
Lady, let's talk sense. Your husband bashed in the woman's head with a hammer. Then he blacks out. Then in comes a second dame and lies down for dead while the first dame gets up and gets on a steamship. Right? Got it, boys? Okay, print it.
What's so funny? Why couldn't that happen? Someone gives him blackout drops. Then he wakes up and there's the body.
But who would do it?
Maybe the girlfriend. Maybe she did it while the brother was in Washington.
Look, I've talked to you all I can now. This is the end.
But listen, maybe she brought him to the apartment. Maybe she gave him the knockout drops. Why don't you call my husband in? That would settle it.
Go on, get out.
Hey, not so fast, Captain. Why don't you give the lady a break?
Yeah, call the husband in. Let him see the blind.
He doesn't dare.
You know, a thing like this could boomerang, Captain.
Okay. Let's bring him in.
You aren't even hurt. Then it was you. It was you I saw trying to get on the steamer. That's the woman I went at with a hammer. That's the woman I saw at the pier. That's Joyce Anderson.
No, darling, no. That's the woman that killed Joyce Anderson.
You mean she isn't Joyce Anderson?
Joyce Anderson's brother wanted to get the $6 million, so he cooked it up with his girlfriend and then left for Washington. Then she came to your office posing as Joyce Anderson.
And I go to her apartment.
And she drugs you and leaves you with the body.
Is that right, Captain? Is my wife right?
Am I right? Go on, tell him.
Hey, Captain, we got it.
You're free. We're free.
Friends, this is Rex Marshall speaking for Autolite. And before we leave tonight, I'd like to show you the picture of a man who's really in a jam. Yes, he neglected something, so he's in a bad jam. He's right in the middle of it. In fact, he's the cause of that traffic jam. And is he embarrassed? Well, the moral of the story is, don't let it happen to you. One good way to prevent it from happening is to be sure and treat your car or truck to a real #1 motor tune-up at your neighborhood service station, car dealer, garage, or repair shop. You know, an ounce of prevention now will keep your car running right and may save you troublesome delays, plus the possibility of expensive repairs later on. So ask your serviceman to test and check the electrical system of your car, including the distributor, coil, generator and regulator, starting motor, battery, spark plugs, and wiring. And if your car needs replacement parts, ask for and insist on original factory parts exactly like those that were installed by the manufacturer. You know, all Autolite parts are original factory parts, engineered to fit together perfectly, work together perfectly, because they're a perfect team. So don't accept electrical parts supposed to be as good. Ask for and insist on Autolite original factory parts. And remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. Our play next week will be Dark Shadows by Robert Mulligan, a story well calculated to keep you in suspense. Also, be sure to listen to Suspense each Thursday night on your radio.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.